Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning into The Medium by Design. Thanks for sticking with me through this very deep healing journey. The message today is from Archangel Michael, because now at this point, I'm into this for weeks, and I'm like, okay, anybody that can help me, please help me. So this message goes a little deeper. Now we're going to start really getting things done. And the guidance gets stronger, as well as they keep giving me information on the grander scale, which I really didn't want to get that. I was trying to be selfish and just focus on the healing, but they expand on other things too. And that's how spirit works. They just give me the downloads and I just accept whatever it is they want to share, and while asking for my personal help also. So Archangel Michael says, "Thank you for opening to me again and requesting I be part of your current transition. It has been a wild ride in some instances, and at the same time, a period of feeling quite empty and disconnected. Sometimes these long periods seem pointless, but as you have been told before, there is much going on, including the mass integration of wisdom that will only add to your arsenal when sharing with the public." So while I'm not feeling well, he's also touching in to downloads and wisdom and me being prepared for something. Okay, so that's another aspect of healing that we may not understand. We're having downtime because there's a lot of downloads and things happening, as well as the purging, clearing, and restructuring I talked about in another video. Sharing with the public is what puts you in the high state of experiencing your entire being in its fullness. This is something you have only had glimpses of this lifetime, since you also had so much clearing to do almost simultaneously. Hence you feeling that on-again, off-again experience. You have never felt fully plugged in for a longer period of time because there was much behind-the-scenes work your soul agreed to that your conscious mind had no clue of. There's the core, which I left off in the other video, how our conscious mind and our soul's agenda are not always in cahoots. And the only way I found is by writing and asking and receiving these messages to help that merger so we can flow together and my ego mind is not constantly fighting what needs to happen, right, in this moment. It's a very interesting observation. And sometimes I just annoy myself. I gotta, I'm very honest with you guys. This is what I'm going through. And sometimes I buck the system, and they're all telling me, well, stop doing that. It might be a little easier, right? We realize that these revelations catch many off guard, but that is part of the awakening process, finding out what you truly came to do with your soul's clarity. That clarity does not necessarily flow early in life. As has been shared before, we usually leave room for free will exploration, as the soul also has some personal experiences it wants to have. It isn't about all work and no play. That's what your early life was all about. The personal exploration you got to experience was a liberation for your soul that you had not experienced in prior lifetimes. It was fun. As the decades progressed slowly and steadily, you learned about releasing and clearing and healing. That was time well spent, as you not only worked on personal healing, but also helped others to do the same and understand their personal life experience a little deeper. You do this in almost every endeavor with every person just by being you. So that's a beautiful expression of, you just stay focused on being you and what you're doing, you're going to affect other people in a positive way. It's just the natural flow of light and healing. I hope you can truly understand the value of your life has had during this lifetime. There has been so much accomplished that your surface mind can only comprehend a fraction because of all the programmed, I mentioned this in the other video, the programmed expectations you believed were supposed to happen and be accomplished. Once you go beyond the surface reflection and start understanding the deeper meaning to everything, You can see you have done much. Robin Williams shared this so clearly with you. There is no need for me to go over it again. You just need to know this at your core. So see, they're trying to give me more downloads, more truth, the higher truth of what I'm here. They're trying to build me up through this deep, deep purging that I'm going through. So they're telling me what I'm letting go of, and then they're trying to get me to bring in the higher truth and live that more deeply. How about this 2023? What can you look forward to? Some have shared what will be happening with more illness, death, and I guess clearings that many will be part of. Now let's turn the attention to your personal experience while all these things continue in the world. So remember, the world has what's going on for the masses, and then you have your personal valuable experiences too. And we never take those for granted. I'm on my personal journey while I'm witnessing things in the world. It's two different tracks, and your track is just as important as whatever else is going on in the outside world. And I hope I never forget that for the rest of this life. Slowly, steadily, and surely, you will be growing your audience and followers. People in mass will continue to be seeking something new and different that they knew was real but could not find the right person to confirm it for them. That's why I say put comments in about what you're going through, and let's get people sharing and helping connect the dots with all these interesting experiences. You will assist with this confirmation. Your mission, work, soul calling has always been clear every step of the way. This disappointment you feel with those close to you at times is simply because you cannot explain them into understanding. This is a key thing. What I go through sometimes, I can't verbalize it clearly enough. So even my closest inner circle, I can't explain it. I can't get the right words. That's why I have to take a step back. Let the downloads continue. Let the integration continue so the words can come out more clearly. So why did I lose my speaking voice through this? Because I wasn't meant to talk. And I said this on one of the first videos of this series. I had to take a step back and not even get input from my closest friends. This was so strange. I have a couple of people I always tune in with, and we always bounce this stuff around. No, not this time. This time I had to stay isolated and nurse myself physically, but the cough would not allow me to express. So let's see. Okay, so we left off with trying to explain to your friends. So then they talk about people that can't fully understand the depth of my connection because they only have their own frame of reference. And this is true for all of us, right? Having goals and ambitions can cloud at times how far we can go in this lifetime with our spiritual journey. This was very interesting. So if we stay too focused on our physical reality only, then as I said, I think I said this in another video, the soul's agenda can't fully be expressed because the ego mind feels it needs to compartmentalize every part of our lives, stay in control, keep the money flow, do these things. So there's nothing wrong with that. So please don't mishear me. Everybody has their own agenda. But what Spirit's trying to show me is be careful. Be careful if your agenda gets in the way of my spirit flow, right? So they continue. Putting so much energy into physical pursuits, there is a tangible limit put on how far our spirit receptivity is allowed to go. And it's just really interesting to me how they worded this. although each person has their own soul agenda, our personal mind goals can sometimes get in the way. And the incessant need to compartmentalize our lives is actually a big limitation. And they said, you are far from this place in human evolution. Why do you think so many are jealous of living that free, this freedom-oriented living? Because they are still stuck in the matrix of having to produce, work, play the game, stay in cause and effect to create their reality. I hope I am making this completely clear. When you break out of those stifling rules and limitations, completely different manifestations can occur. And I've experienced this. I don't have the total freedom to do everything I want to do, but because I'm out of that kind of box experience, I have the freedom to do this work in a greater way. And that's my soul's number one, right? Is to do this. Now, I still have physical things I want to do and accomplish, but they sometimes are put on the back burner. So, I just, this was from Archangel Michael. I had no idea he would talk about this kind of stuff. So with that, I'll bring this video to a close and take what resonates. If this has you connecting the dots, feel free. Feel free to share it in the comments. If you want a personal reading session, I offer different types. So my email is below in the description. Remember, anybody else approaching you for anything is not me. I keep it very simple. I speak to you directly through videos, and my email address is there. And that's it, okay? So keep our integrity and our discernment, and I hope this meant something to you. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you can to be supportive. But I will continue this journey because we're going deeper now. We're getting a bigger picture of the soul's journey, the difference between my personal mind goals and the soul's agenda, and then we're going to get into the guidance that actually turned this experience around a little more quickly, because it was really taking a while. Okay, thanks again, and stay tuned.